Ravens, Bills. Showdown coming to the bank. Are the Ravens coming with the W? Are we going to fall short? We're going to discuss that and a couple of things more coming right now. Yo guys, my name is Sunny. Welcome to szg Sport. And if you love Ravens content, and I know you do, please subscribe, hit the bell so you know when I go live or when I go with these videos. Remember, I try to go live after the game. I usually wait about an hour. So all my feelings are keen. Also, the team can finish with their press, right? And then we can all come here, try to take phone calls. So if you want to be here, giving your opinions, come swing by and we can all just have it together. Okay, let's talk about this game. Look, I'm gonna be straight. At this moment, I don't think this team matches well with Buffalo. I'm gonna give you keys that I think is how we can go to the path of victory. But these keys are like necessary. And as you will see, are things that we have not been doing. So hopefully we can do it. Okay, first and foremost, I think this is crucial. Parting special teams for us going crazy, right? And their special teams collapsing with fumbles and all that. Taking that aside, right? I'm not even going to talk none of that. Let's assume special teams are normal. Maybe do with good yardage, not necessarily returning for a touchdown. Justin Tucker being Justin Tucker, right? They not fumbling and catching and their kicker making their kicks. Assuming all that happens. A first key to this game, and I think it will be critical because we haven't done it, and I think it's critical. Pressure Josh Allen. If we don't pressure Josh Allen, gonna be a long day. And people tell me, Sonny, our secondary is not performing. And I will tell you, you are correct. If you take those big completions over there against Tua and Waddle at the end of Miami game, that secondary performed fairly well. And if you take away, and I know you're Sonny, but you're taking away the big plays. Yes. If you take away the plays against Armour Davis, against the Patriots, this defense also performed fairly well. That being said, the biggest problem I see for our defense, for our secondary, is there's no pressure, right? So when you don't sit there and there's no pressure, now our receiver, as it's running the route, can say, oh, I'm covered here, let me shift to the other side. Well, the corner has to react, and it's a vantage receiver at that moment, and if the corner grabs it, penalty, right? So pressure is key. I'm not saying even sack him. I'm just saying pressure. McDonald needs to know that every time he doesn't bring pressure, QBs are killing us. They're killing us. Now with pressure, they might as well. But when they don't bring pressure, damn, it's bad. So I want to see at least 5 rushes. When we've rushed 3 or 4, it's not been good. They're not great against the run, so hopefully that keeps going. But if they get loose on the running game, it's going to be a long day. Another key, I would like to see Marlowe traveling with Stephon Diggs for a little bit, right? Obviously, he needs some breaks here and there, but for the most part, make sure he travels with Stephon Diggs. I think Marlowe has been having a great year. That doesn't mean Stephon Diggs is not going to get any catches. Of course he is. He is a Pro Bowl receiver. And I have said before, the rules are staggered against the corner. So obviously he will make play, but it will make it harder. So, second point for me is Marlowe having a great game against Stephon Diggs. If they not put Marlowe and they put Stevens, I thought Steven did a pretty good job against the Patriots. Then bracket him. Then just say, okay, we're going to just bracket, especially over the top, right? If he gets you 4 or 5 yards, whatever. Third key, which is, again, these are critical. Again, because this is a game that's going to be hard-fought game. Tackle. That includes Josh Allen. Not an easy guy to tackle. Tackle him either for sack or if he goes and tries to run, make sure you bring him down. Look, One thing I'm praying for this game, because I heard it's going to be bad weather, is health, right? We need health. But second, because it's going to be bad weather, maybe the passing game is not going to be as effective, which hurts both teams. But I still believe, because they're not a good running team, and we at theory are not a good running team unless Lamar's doing Lamar things. But if we go back to the 2019 and can say, okay, it's going to be nasty, we're going to run, we're going to let them bring a bunch of people, that secondary, in my opinion, is not that great. We can then hit them with Mandrews, we can then Bateman or Duvernay, then they were going to have some openings for Lamar to hit them. But this is a game that we have to run. But anyway, keep going on my keys on the defensive side. So pressure, Marlowe, and good tackling. Okay. Fourth, this should be an easy one, is the run game. Don't let them run, right? Especially don't let Josh Allen run. Make sure you contain Allen. But even so, the running back, don't let them run. Singletary, don't let run the guy from Georgia. Make sure the running lanes are stuffed. Right? They had not been a good running team. Don't make them be a good running team. Okay? I think if we do those things, we're going to be very successful against this Bills team. Because the pressure, I think, is what's going to kill it. And that could push turnovers, right? Obviously, the turnovers change everything, right? If you check these two teams, go check their defensive stats. The Bills are top 5 in passing yards allowed, meaning they have allowed the least amount of passing yards. And that's because if you also check their sack numbers, they're top of the league in sack numbers. The defense of the Bills are also top in the league against the rushing defense. So they are a pretty complete defense. And in turnovers, I think they're third. Number 1 is your Baltimore Ravens, if I'm not mistaken, or number 2. So the Ravens, if you check top defenses, right, what are they top in? The only thing they're really top in is in turnovers. And we obviously Mac Jones, and then we had 2 turnovers or 2 interceptions against Tua and so on. So the Ravens have been clutch with turnovers. Usually you cannot depend on those, but hey, doesn't hurt a turnover here, turnover there. Especially if it's raining, it's gonna be hard for those receivers to hold to the ball. If anything, I see more fumbling. Which let's flip it. Again, I just give you the stats for the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills are a good defensive team. Very solid defensive team. The pass rush is what gets them. Von Miller, Grousseau, and then they had Oliver in the inside. Test for the O-line. Number 1 key on the offensive side. Protect Lamar. Protect Lamar. Morgan Moses have been playing good. Rousseau or Von Miller are more of a speedy rusher. Which gets me to the left side. If Falele plays, which I think he will, I don't think Ronnie Stanley will play, especially not in bad conditions. You take that L before you lose Ronnie for the rest of the year. Falele, I'm expecting somebody to be helping him because, again, these 2 rushers are speed rushers. Falele is more of a slow guy. Big guy, but slow guy. On the inside, love the matchup Linderbaum against Oliver. I want to see how Linderbaum reacts. Linderbaum has been having a quiet, because that's what you want to hear from your O-line. Nothing. A quiet, solid year. And Ed Oliver, another good interior D lineman. We'll see how he does against Ed Oliver. That being said, push. We need protection. We need to push and open running lanes. Okay? This is going to be a big game for who? Project Pat, again, because he's going to be there helping protect Lamar Jackson. Key number 2, obviously, protect the ball, because, again, it's going to be wet. No fumbles. Lamar, in the past years, he tends to fumble when it's wet, even in the pocket. Make sure you hold him to the ball. No fumble is what we want to see at the end of this game. There are no drops for receivers because, again, if the conditions are nasty, there's going to be opportunities for you. Well, let me rephrase that. My other point is run the ball well. We need to run the ball well with nasty conditions, which leads to number 4. Lanes for passing will be there, so Lamar keep being accurate. But for the offense, right, receivers and corners and tight ends, even the running backs, make sure you catch the ball, right? No drops. Drops can lead to interceptions. Second, a drop is a wasted possession, right? So likely, for example, hasn't had a lot of drop this year. Need to clean that up. Need to be better. And Bate, when he catches the ball, obviously he has 2 fumbles. He has 1 fumble and then one that should have been a completion, and the Jets guy just knock it out. Make sure you grab, tug, tight that ball. This is a game that what you want is to be tight and to be ugly, and that's how you win this game. If it is not tight, the reason I will lean Buffalo and blah, but the reason I will lean Buffalo is because right now, let's assume both offenses are equally good, right? And if you go to the number, to the advanced stats, these 2 offenses are pretty similar on how good they are. The Ravens have scored more points overall, but they're very similar. The other side is the defense. The defense for Buffalo has been solid. They've been good. They've been what we expect, for example, for a Bill Belichick defense to do, but these Buffalo Bills have the personnel. The rushing attack on the pass rushing. The pass rushing attack is what concerns me a lot. They also have a good linebacker on Edmonds that is agile and fast, right? So they did lose both safeties. So there's going to be opportunities. If it is not torrential rain, I would go deep. Even if it is, try it. Try it. Specifically, again, this is why running the ball in this game is so critical. If you run the ball in this game, and then you see that defense get in, and if you're scoring, then the defense can at least say, you know what, we're gonna bend, but don't break. Make sure in that end zone, and in that end zone, look for Josh Allen, because if it is first and goal from the 5 or 6. He is a molar. He is hard to bring down. So make sure you have somebody looking into him at all times. Anyway, guys, my score prediction for this game, I'm going to go with what I say in the AFC North talk, 33-30. I think it's going to be fought. I think the Ravens edge him with a big Justin Tucker at the end. I think this is wishful thinking, but I want to hear from you. In the comment section, tell me, what is your score prediction? What do you think happens in this game? How do you see the outcome? I want to know from you guys. If you like this video, subscribe to this channel. Follow me on YouTube, IG, Twitter, Facebook at szg.sports. Don't forget, after the game, I'll try to come live. I look good like an hour after the game, and then you get the recorded video, sometimes live, during the week, the preview of the game. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace out.